Welcome to my channel Angel Beats and Pai Manwa. Don't forget to click the like, share, and subscribe button on my channel.
So we're in episode 22, so let's go. Do you see that bruise on her cheek? They say her fiancé hit her. How bold? I suppose Count Abache is overseas. Momo, I heard that before he died, Jiren once was so bold as to ask what the force over hitting her was about. Momo, do you think his own bodyguard would have plumped him to death if he hadn't? Even if the Abacha don't weigh great height in high society circles, this is a big deal between the families of cults. Oh my, it's Marcus Carter. What? Carter is here. He must have come all the way here after hearing one of his beloved men died. He looks like he's been living it up, that son of a bitch. Great. I'll get to you soon enough. Zoom zoom. Enter the defendant. Momo. You ungrateful bastard, you are no better than a beast. Cut Lawrence, the father. After I took pity on you and took you in, this is how you repay me. His wounds have healed quite a bit. I assume he used the ointment I gave him. If you agree to my proposal, fold the corner of this note and return it. Vata Abash Heart. Glance. Jacquard the accused. Age 28 years, tied to Baron, bodyguard of the late Jean Lawrence. After all these personal details correctly. Now that Jacquard and I are working together, I must stay vigilant. Yes, they are correct. On the 8th day in the month of Armenia, in a hall with the plaintiff's estate, the defendants stand accused of assaulting and killing the plaintiff's son, Jean Lawrence. In addition, the motive has been determined as romantic admiration for the victim's fiancé as well as a personal grudge. Thus constituted the murder of one of the passion. Does the accused agree with this statement? I acknowledge my crime. However, my motive was neither passion nor personal grudge. It was simply my duty as a knight to portray the Lady Vatia. Bam! Bullshit! How dare a bodyguard attack his own owner? You bastard, you are worse than a dog. Bam! Order! Presently, the defendant must give his statement. No one but the accused may speak. Your Honor, until recently, Lady Vatia had been suffering several physical abuse at the hands of the court son. As a knight who ascribed to the code of chivalry, I could see no other way to protect the lady, other than overpowering Jean Lawrence. I pray you take this into account as well. He followed directions well. Very well. Would the witness Vatia Appa please give her statement? This investigator said it would take 5 weeks for her to fully heal. She's still bruised here and there. I, Vatia, about her, slowly swear that the evidence I give to this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Although it pains me to say this, I indeed suffered continual abuse at the hands of my fiancé Jean Lawrence. Jacquard watched as the abuse took place. Sniff. I hope that if I tried harder, perhaps he could come to love me. But he continued to abuse me regardless of where we were. Oh my word, look at those bruises, how awful. At his home in my parlor, and even his place of work, the palace. Objection! Where is your proof my son was responsible for that abuse? Who is to say you didn't have some other bastard hit you just to spin your story? There is no definite evidence, but there is a witness to the assault. I implore you to summon this witness, Your Honor. My son would never have laid a hand on his fiancée. That would be me. You don't have to. What happened to your face? I am the witness. Your Honor, I beg your pardon. A few days ago before the victim's death, I happened to encounter the young Miss Abbott on the stairway in the Royal Administration Building. She was returning home after being assaulted by Jean Lawrence. Momo. Prince Valbati isn't the kind of person who would lie. He is one of the fairest and most honorable noblemen in the land. I was unable to confirm any other injuries due to the ladies being dressed in a long gown. However, I could see that her cheek was swollen and her lips were bruised, traces of being assaulted. My goodness, I had no idea that such an accidental timing would work for my favor. If I may, I would also like to summon my other witness. I would like to call Lord Blair Shea to the stand. Lady Vastia has long been close friends with my younger sister Julia. So when she will visit our home, we will occasionally share light conversation. On one such occasion, I caught a glimpse of a bruise on Lady Vastia's wrist. What is this? I had a little accident when my fiancé visited the other day. Only force from an adult man could have made such a mark. At first, she glossed over the subject in order to protect her fiancé, but she eventually confided in me with the truth. In truth, Jacob is the one who gave me that bruise, but when it comes down to it, one could say it was Jean's fault. And with that, I repay my debt. Does the plaintiff have any further objection against the above testimony? No, Your Honor. But Abastia, you have proved your authenticity as a witness. Please proceed with your testimony. Thank you, Your Honor. After he assaulted me at the palace, I sought to notify my engagement with Jean Lawrence, but he refused to see me. Hence, I went to his estate before the usual time Jean would leave for the palace and asked to see Baron Jacquard. For the record, please state your reason for requesting to meet separately with Baron Jacquard. I needed someone who will support my claims of assault. I believe Baron Jacquard will agree, as he is a knight who knows honor. A knight who knows honor, my foot. He was a dog. How dare you? He refused, however. The Baron said he was afraid that doing so would sully my fiancé's reputation. How did a man so loyal to his master end up plummeting his master to death with his bare fists? I must ask you to be more detailed in your statements. It was at that moment that my fiancé entered and discovered our meeting. When he saw us together, he called me a hoe and began assaulting me. The Baron attempted to stop my fiancé, but it was no use. He left the parlor to call for help, but Jean chased after him and struck him across the face. He said if the Baron were to live in such a manner, he would throw me to other men and have them violate me. He said he would pass me around like a rag doll. Chills. Do you hear that? For Jean Lawrence to have said such a vile thing, I can hardly believe it. Order! That is when the Baron lost all composure. This has all transpired because of his noble desire to save me. Baron Jacquard is a true knight. Please take my suffering into consideration and lower his sentence. Wench, how could you take his side? You spew such portrayed lies, yet you have the nerve to call yourself a lady. You slept with that bastard, didn't you? You killed my son. Don't you know who am I? Unhand me. Such violent and hateful words. You and your soul are exactly the same. What? The wench has lost her mind. Huh? Colores have fainted. Call the physicians. According to their laws, the crime of killing a nobleman is punishable by death. However, given the defendant's actions, arose not only out of chivalrous principle and desire to defend the lady, but also a need for self-defense against Sir Jean Lawrence's assault and intimidation, I find the defendant guilty of accidental manslaughter. The court of Asla hereby sentenced the defendant Jacquard to 20 years of imprisonment. Bam, bam. Her parents aren't even in the country, poor girl. Smile. This girl is dangerous. Chills. What? She's smiling. 20 years, that should be more than enough time to teach Jaka a lesson. I have to keep an eye on her. Now, I just need to take care of that butler. My lady, I'm sorry, but a carriage is blocking the path ahead. Oh, whose family does it belong to? It belongs to Marcus Carter. Flinch. What shall I do, my lady? Shall I turn the carriage back to the courthouse and I request assistance? What could Carter want with Vater? Could he have possibly detected my true identity? But now, is it possible Yesha was caught? He may move if we involve law enforcement. No. If the Marquis wishes to speak with me, have him come to my carriage. At the very least, I will hope an uninvited guest won't be so shameless as to have me running over there. Lady Vater, my name is Brad Carter. May I join you in your carriage for a moment? Please come in, my lord. During the trial, I was deeply moved by your testimony. I had no clue Jean was such a sick devil. I realized I am partially to blame. I should have seen the signs. Even the shameless silver-tongued snake. No, I think he may be even worse now. My condolences for the violence you suffered as well as your loss. Thank you for your kind words, my lord. Despite all his evil deeds, he was still your fiancé. I see your grief for him, my lady. Of course, after all, he used to be so sweet to me. But in truth, I am still grieving even every time I think of him. You understand, surely. Hurry and buck off now. Of course, certainly your sadness is shared by everyone who loved Jean. Please excuse this old man's insensitivity. It doesn't seem like he realized who am I. He just keeps talking about Jean. Forgive me, I was so absorbed in my grief. I hardly took in any of my surroundings early. I heard you were quite close with him yourself. He was a competent official, but I treated him like my protege. Who knew nothing would turn out like this? But that leads me to ask Lady Vater. On the day of the incident, did anything happen to disappear from Jean's estate? Disappear? I couldn't say. I see. I'm afraid I needlessly intruded upon you, my lady. Forgive my disrespect. Perhaps he entrusted Jean with something important, a weakness. Until next time, Lady Vater. Since he still has no idea who I really am, how about I tease him a bit? Perhaps you are speaking about that. That? In Jean's room. What did he keep in his room? Would you care to elaborate in detail? So you didn't know about Jean's secret? Furniture setup. Jean was always very interested in watching others' physical affection, so in his room, the bed and the sofa. Damn, this wench is obviously clueless. It was a pleasure to meet you, Lady Vater. I wish you safe travels. Goodbye, Marcus Carter. So that is what Carter is looking for. International trade, custom law, humanities. So many books and not one illustrated guide of plants. Miss, are you unable to find what you're looking for? Yes, I have to go to the Royal Library tomorrow. Yes, miss, I'll make the preparation. There is no need for you to go. I have another errand. I'm worried about Jéja. The next door of the Royal Library. Karra, he told me to take care of not to catch a cold. He said I won't want to die from pneumonia just like my late father did. King Carrot. Do you really think Karra is connected to my father's death, uncle? The maid responsible for the king's meal went missing, and anytime his medical condition became critical, every physician in the land seemingly became tangled up in some incident and couldn't come. There's no doubt this would have been impossible without the help from the inside. How dare he say such a thing to the king's face? What else could it be other than a threat? A few days ago, he even went as far as to propose I marry his niece. I will do my best to unearth the truth, your majesty. No doubt, Marcus Carter countless misdeeds will have left a trace somewhere. I shall work tirelessly to bring him to his knees. You have my word.